right.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the Improve Yourself channel. We are doing a special NFL draft show today where we will talk about some of the results of the NFL draft. And I have my entire family with me here tonight, too. This is Audrey, and she has a nice little unicorn purse. We have Emmeline, and we have Joshua. Joshua, say hi.
Hi.
All right, and then we also have Malcolm, my brother, on the phone. What's up, Malcolm?
What's up, bro? The only person we're missing is Kim.
She's over there. Say hi.
Hi.
So,
Be on the show too.
yep.
And we have the Wish Melody.
Okay. So, now, Malcolm, tell me about the first few picks here. What stood out to you?
3 quarterbacks in a row, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did that happen? I guess it maybe happened. Mayfield and Darnold and Allen were up there, but like top 3 in a row, man. It's I bet all 3 of them start week 1. The 3 that got picked.
Okay, so can you list them off for me?
Yeah. So number 1 overall. Yep. Caleb Williams.
Okay.
To Chicago.
Yep.
Expected. I didn't know this because I thought the Browns would have done this. They said the Bears are the first team in history to draft to have 3 different quarterbacks drafted with a top 15 pick within a 15-year period.
Yeah, and it seems like that would have happened with the Browns.
Yeah, because they had Trubisky and then Justin Fields and now Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So Caleb Williams went 1. Jaden Daniels went 2 to the Commanders, and they were talking about him like they kept calling him Lamar Jackson 2.0. So that's what he's supposed to be. And then Drake May went to the Patriots, kind of another pocket passer,
right?
For the Patriots. And then son of one of my favorite players back in the day, Marvin Harrison Jr., first non-quarterback off the board. Wide receiver went to the Cardinals. I think Kyler Murray to Marvin Harrison could be a good connection.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Joshua, Kyler Murray is that fast, kind of smaller quarterback that plays on the Cardinals. He's one of your favorites, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tell the show what you like about him and speak loud so Malcolm can hear you too.
But I like that he's super fast. He throws really good.
Yeah.
And he makes a lot of touchdowns when he gets up really close to the touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
So
that's right.
We actually caught the Marvin Harrison pick, so that's kind of exciting for Arizona. So I guess part that does bid some faith in giving Kyler Murray a few more years to try to figure it out and try to be successful there.
Yeah. I mean, clearly they think he could. I think clearly they. I think he probably still. I mean, he's good. I think he's the pendulum has kind of swung, right, where it was for a little bit I thought he was overrated, and now I think he's a little underrated. I think people are forgetting how good he is, because he was out for a year. He got injured, So, Chargers. This says Chargers turned away trade offer calls for Justin Herbert. Yeah, I probably would too.
Yeah.
It would have to be. I don't even know what the price would be.
Well, I heard some rumors about with their new coach and everything.
Yeah, and Harbaugh and McCarthy.
Yeah, so maybe they trade a ton for get a ton of haul for.
Yeah.
It looks like they got an offensive
line. I get why it was questioned, but I think if you have a guy like Herbert, I think that's the odds are that none of these quarterbacks are going to be as good as Justin Herbert is, right? Justin Herbert's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody thought Trevor Lawrence was some generational quarterback. He's not as good as Justin Herbert.
Right.
So if you have Justin Herbert, I think you keep him. Look at this guy. This is a true offensive lineman here, bro. This guy doesn't even want to come to the green room. He's in Minnesota getting ready to work.
Right. Man.
Hey, Chief, John Alt.
He's got there's Diet Coke, and Sprite. You see that? This looks like a nice family. I mean.
It does. This looks like a wholesome American family here.
Right, yeah.
And this is a player at he's not fancy. That's why he's on the line. He's not a fancy guy.
North Oaks, Minnesota. I wonder where that's at. Have you ever heard of it?
No, but mine says Delwood, Minnesota. So
Oh, well, maybe that was his high school or something.
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
just
that's
looked
where
at the live
Delwood
thing.
is where he's at. It looks like his hometown was.
Gotcha.
Look,
I think I'm a little bit
his
behind you because I'm not on an antenna. You keep telling me to get one, but I haven't gotten one yet.
yeah, his dad was a chief.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the word of the night I wanted to present, especially with the NFL draft being what we're talking about, is chemistry.
Ooh, chemistry.
Yeah.
What do I think of when I think of chemistry? I think about some like untangible connection that you have with other people. Like certain other people, but not everybody, right? Like, and I don't know how to quantify it because it's like it's just this like this thing. I don't think it necessarily has to be romantic, but like there's just something about like with a friend, like your best friend, right? Like or your romantic partner or something where it's like there's just something that like the relationship just works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it just works smoothly with very little like effort. You know what I mean? Like chemistry, it's just things are clicking together in an intangible way. I guess that's what I would think of.
Yeah, so let's break down the word chemistry a little bit here. Why we use it in relationship speaking and kind of where it comes from. So chemistry, obviously, the root of it is like you're a chemist. You're working with different elements that react with each other. So that's why they started using it as far as like how different people react with each other. You have an element and these atoms and molecules of certain things like water reacting with sodium and sodium reacting with this and that and all of those things. And then if you have the right combination of elements, right, it can be explosive, right? Things can explode in a chemist science lab, right?
Yeah.
Or things can be really good and you can create something that is very valuable like water or food or the chemical makeup of things. So the reason why I mention that is that certain things, whether they're good by themselves or good in certain situations, if they're put in the wrong situation, their chemistry might not work out where a different element would work out perfectly fine.
Yeah, I get you.
So as we go through this draft, it's so funny. Everybody wants to predict everything, but there is so much about getting a guy that fits your team's chemistry.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I thought and it's not even just scheme. There's also it's like a culture thing too. That like it just feels like some teams don't have a culture that's going to foster success.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. The Bears' track record of ruining quarterbacks does make me think that maybe Caleb Williams won't turn out to be all that great. And it might not be his fault. He just got drafted by a team that has historically never been able to develop a quarterback. And like I don't know, like and then I think about like and I don't know what you're getting at, but like we've talked about this hypothetical too. Like if the Bears had drafted Pat Mahomes instead of Mitch Trubisky, I think Pat Mahomes would be playing, but I don't think he'd be Pat Mahomes. Yeah. I don't think he'd have 3 titles with the Bears.
Yeah, all hypotheticals, and we never know how his
right. We're just guessing, right? But like, I don't think I think Mahomes. Yes, he's another worldly talent, but he also landed in this perfect spot, right? Like Andy Reid, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, like he and that allowed him to become, the guy, whereas some of these guys, they go to a team and there's just nobody, like look at Bryce Young last year, right? Goes to the Panthers and everybody thinks he's a bust already. It's like there's nobody, right? He's got nobody to play with. I don't know what you expect him to do. I don't know. Maybe Bryce Young would be awesome if he went to a different team.
So Malik Neighbors goes to the Giants.
Malik Neighbors. I don't know much about him. I didn't see him much. I guess I didn't watch very much LSU.
And that's the good thing about the draft. You get to watch some of these highlights, and it looks, LSU just produces so many wide receivers in the NFL. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Did you want to say something, Maj?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Speak loud so everybody can hear you.
By the way, you're going back. I got makeup.
Audrey's got makeup.
Cool. You got makeup. That's awesome.
So So Audrey, tell us what you think about the NFL draft.
I kind of like them because um I don't know.
You don't know. That's a tough question for you. That's
the right answer.
You're not a huge football fan yet, but maybe someday you will be. So Malik Neighbors led the SEC in receptions in back-to-back seasons. That's
pretty impressive.
Yeah, especially since they're passing more in that division. Okay, Joshua has something he wants to say.
All right.
In school, I got a new a library book.
Okay, put it on the camera so everybody can see it. All right, so tell Malcolm about this book.
So this book is about, like, it has a lot of chapters. It teaches you like a lot of drawing.
Oh, cool.
And I already read a little bit of it, and I really like it.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. That's really exciting. You learn how to draw some cool stuff.
Yeah, it's a kind of like a combo comic book, picture book kind of thing, and
yeah, cool.
He gets a lot of good pictures in there and a lot of things that hopefully he'll start being able to read it.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome, man.
And then when I grow up and I have this book, my library teacher said, once you grow up and if you get this book from the library school, you get to actually draw stuff in this book. Well, not in this book, but
yeah.
Paper.
If you had it, if you owned it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. You can still draw on paper.
Yeah. And I got lots of stuff and it's like, yeah, that's everything.
So Malcolm, Joshua, tell Malcolm what you did last night.
Oh, last night I got to go to a baseball game.
Ooh, who played?
Royals and Blue Jays.
Ooh, and who won?
Royals.
The Royals won. The Royals are winning a good amount this year. They're looking good.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I went with my friend Ryan.
Awesome, man. That's great.
So first time in my life that I ever got to sit in the Diamond Club.
Oh, how was that? Diamond Club, ritzy.
I mean, I would never pay for it, and I don't think the guy that got the tickets would pay for it either. But basically what happened was on, I think Sunday or Saturday, I texted him, and I was like, the weather looks great on Wednesday. Let's take the boys out for a game. And then I said, I'll look for tickets on Monday. I said I was going to look for tickets, but I was at work, and he texted me, and he's like, how about these tickets? I just got them for free. And they were Diamond Club seats, and I was like, holy smokes. So, yeah,
that's awesome.
It was great. It was a good time. I partaked a little bit too much, as per usual. So,
that's all right, though.
Go ahead, Audrey. What do you need to say?
I also got so many bags, and I also got one that has so many things that I can buy, like, in my room.
So she has a lot of bags with makeup and things and, a lot of purses and stuff, just like Mama.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the improvement channel thing, one of the things I'm going to try to improve is, obviously I can go, I'm not drinking today. I go through the week without drinking, but usually when I do drink, I don't stop until I pass out, right?
Right.
And that's not very healthy, so I figure I need to improve that part of my life. So
absolutely,
we actually bought a lock today for the downstairs fridge.
Oh, wow.
So my idea is I'm going to have Kim have access to the lock. So unless Kim allows me to have a drink, then I don't have one. So
that's a dangerous game.
She's gonna unlock it on weekends and stuff like that for me. But then I just lock it back up, and then on her phone, it's an app. The lock is actually on an app, and all she has to do is just unlock it, and then
that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, so hopefully, because the problem is with all my self-improvement ideas and everything like that, I'm great at making decisions when I'm normal and sober, right? But making good decisions when you're not is tough.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, well, and the decision to be sober.
Yeah, So we'll try this out. We'll see how this lock goes. I've got to put I'm going to even put all my liquor down there. Every single bit of alcohol in the house is going to be in that fridge. And in order to get to it, I've got to
That's smart.
Because last night, the thing is the Royals game was perfectly fine. But then me and Chris got back to the house last night on a Wednesday when I got to work the next day, and we decided to drink more at the house. Which I don't think was really a good idea. And if so, we should have just had one drink, but I don't think it was just one,
Right.
And so I woke up this morning and I woke up fine. I was good at work and everything, but I'm like, this isn't good health for a 36-year-old man.
Right.
This is not good. That I talk about improvement. I'm trying to be a good example, not only for my son, but maybe for people that might watch the show.
Sure.
I pride myself on being athletic. I want to be able to run a marathon someday. I want to be strong. I want good muscular features. So why do I keep on letting alcohol be such a deterrent on all my goals? So we'll see if this helps.
Yeah, man. I believe in you, man. I think it's smart. I think it's a great strategy and a great idea, man. I'm behind it 100%.
All right, go ahead, Audrey.
I got this thing because I get to marry Daddy.
Oh, she said she's gonna marry Daddy. She's wearing a tiara, like a wedding thing on her head.
That's a wedding bell.
Yeah.
That's cute.
All right, so the Tennessee pick is in.
Oh yeah, we haven't even seen who this is yet. It takes such a long time.
Yeah, and that's why whenever I saw your text about doing a draft show, it's actually a good idea because we can talk about other things, during the draft, and then kind of highlight, the picks and stuff like that,
Yeah, exactly.
And talk about it. But I hope I didn't miss one. It was Malik Neighbors was the last one.
Yeah.
So there was something else I wanted to say about chemistry as far as applying, having other people apply that to their lives. As far as your friends, your family, people that you hang out with, it's a constant draft. You need to draft the people, and friends, family, people that you hang out with, the people you prioritize going to see and put into your life. It's like a draft. You want to pick people that you have good chemistry with that is going to help your team, which is you, succeed.
And different teams have different needs, right?
Different people have different needs.
People have different needs. Draft people in your life. Have people in your life that fulfill. What need are they fulfilling, right? Like what is this person providing me? And not that it's a give and take, but just like what need is being fulfilled by this person,
J.C. Latham.
These teams, yeah.
So that's an offensive tackle for the Titans.
Okay. All right.
Now
another tackle off the board. Not a single defensive player picked yet.
What's that? No defensive players yet?
Yeah, no defensive players yet.
Ooh, that actually feels kind of good. Audrey's doing my makeup while on the show. So the Titans, they still have Derrick Henry, right?
No, he's a Raven.
So that's right. Derrick Henry's a Raven. That's right. I don't know why I forgot that. I
think that could be a deadly combo.
Now who is the Titans running back now?
I don't know. I don't know if they have one. I mean, I don't know if it's somebody we would know.
Yeah. So.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is obviously a good pick for them getting their running game going.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm always in support of drafting some linemen. Building in the trenches. Getting going here.
And I think that they have they're more of a close to the vest pick. And what I mean by close to the vest is that, they're going to work out a lot of the times. Especially these guys that can block. You put them in there, they're part of the team, and as long as they stay injury free, which linemen, they get injured, but not as frequently as running backs and wide receivers do. So. It's kind of a safer pick, as far as picking.
Yeah, I think it's lower risk and lower reward, right? I mean, who did the Chiefs get number 1 overall? Who was that?
That was Eric Fisher.
And Eric Fisher was fine. Yeah, he's a good tackle.
I mean,
he's a good tackle.
He's a perfect example of that. What plagued Eric Fisher's his whole career is that it was such a rough draft and. In a normal draft, he would have gone number 15 overall, and there wouldn't have been so much pub around him.
Right, exactly. Because exactly. I mean, he was fine. And but it's just like having a good tackle and having having a great quarterback. You take the risk on finding a quarterback. If you think there's high upside there, the upside for your franchise is so much higher if you land a quarterback than it is if you land and tackle.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I totally agree. Yeah, lower risk, low reward. But yeah, he's probably going to work out. I mean, these first round picks, he'll probably go in and start day one, and he'll probably be a pretty good tackle for the Titans for the next decade, maybe.
I heard some people rumors saying that the Falcons were going to take a quarterback and let him learn underneath Cousins.
Oh, I could see that. Cousins is what, 36? He's getting up there. Maybe get J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder who they're going to get here. This will be interesting.
I don't trust J.J. McCarthy. I wouldn't draft him.
No, I would never. I don't know. I feel like at this point, like when you, so it's like you draft a quarterback really early, that's going to be great. But then once it gets to the middle of the first, I'm like, the quarterbacks here are the same as the quarterbacks you get in round 3, like the Russell Wilsons, and then So I don't know. I don't know if I would draft a quarterback.
The second half, late first. You're right. Late first round, I think is like the worst place to find a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I did Daddy trick stuff, and look, Daddy.
Oh yeah, I look really pretty.
Yeah. And you look like a football.
I look like a football player. Yeah. Perfect.
But no, you're right. Like a perfect example, right, is Kenny Pickett, right, for the Steelers, gets drafted 20th or whatever, and it's just that's what I mean. Like, what's the value here?
Right. This isn't a obviously like a franchise-changing player, or he would have been drafted already, right? Or at least enough people don't think he is. But yeah, it's interesting. Of course, quarterbacks have gone, pick 10. Mahomes going pick 10.
Yeah, Mahomes is 10, yeah.
Right. So, if it's the right guy, if you have the chemistry, we go back to the word chemistry.
And in a situation like this with the Falcons where he's not going to start day one. I think those other 3 guys are all going to start day one for their teams, But if you're the Falcons, you feel like, well, maybe we do draft, like you said, maybe we do draft a guy like J.J. McCarthy, maybe, who doesn't have a lot of reps, but can, sit for a year or 2 behind Cousins,
Yeah, and if you can develop them.
If you're the Falcons, you have Cousins, so you're probably trying to win right now.
Yeah. So then again, though, the Patriots were successful doing this. They were drafting quarterbacks and then trading them for even better pick value. I wouldn't do that here because obviously you're not going to get better pick value out of a quarterback than number 8, right? I mean the only way you trade a quarterback for the 8th pick in the draft is if it's Justin Herbert or something,
Right, so, exactly.
But like for instance, they traded Castle for a 2nd round pick and Garoppolo and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Brissett.
Mm-hmm.
Brissett was another one. Yeah. I
here it is.
Should get some.
Penix Jr.
Not a quarterback. That's what I.
No, did you see it yet?
No, not yet. I'm behind. Who is it?
Michael Penix Jr., the quarterback from Washington.
Penix?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to hear the crowd.
Yeah, that is crazy. All right, well, I'm going to continue watching the draft. This was a good show.
Yeah, man.
Obviously the word of the day was chemistry. To all our listeners that are looking for some improvement and stuff, draft the players in your life, the people in your life that are going to help you out, that has good chemistry with you. That's going to make it easier for you to attain your goals. Being around the right people can help you do that.
And
100%.
I also
couldn't have said it better myself. I agree, brother.
You know what I'm wearing right now? I'm wearing my pajamas, the Cinderella on here.
Yeah, Audrey and me have really good chemistry, as you can see.
Yes.
And Joshua has really, really good chemistry on his baseball team, his basketball team, and his football team.
Nice.
He's really just a really good athlete.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen
and
it.
He's good. Usually get a little infection.
Yeah, and to all our listeners, you can always check out Joshua doing his Super Shot Challenge. When Audrey gets a little older, we're gonna start doing some challenges
And
for
you
her.
always come to us,
Perfect.
Joshua, me, and Mama and Daddy. Come to us if you need help us.
All right. Who wants to tell the listeners to like and subscribe?
Me. I've
Okay.
been the kind. Like and subscribe 100%.
Joshua, get your face in here and say it.
Like it, subscribe.
Okay. I got to make sure that my wife is ordering me something unhealthy for dinner since I'm trying to improve myself so much. You know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Hey,
All right. I'll be watching the draft. I'm gonna have it on here still, so we can text about it and stuff.
I'll text you, brother. Yeah, man.
All right. Chemistry, man.
Awesome.
Gotta love it.
All right, later.
All right. Bye.